What's up, everybody? This is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome to the Overwatch 2 Season 11 Mid-Season patch featuring the brand new Transformers collab, a number of hero balance changes. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in, taking a look at all the new stuff here in this patch. First and foremost, though, focusing on the Transformers collab. I personally have been so hyped for this collab, and as we can see, some of the stuff isn't really loading here for it, but, you know, that's pretty typical when those shop first updates. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mega Bundle first and foremost. And first up, we have RC Illari. Yep. Was not expecting Illari to be the one to get this skin, but I gotta say, it looks pretty good. And she desperately needs skins. So, yeah, I can't complain, personally. I think it looks great. I love the cape. The Autobot logo on it, very nice looking. Close-up of the weapon there. And the pylon. Nothing special for the pylon, but that's fine. They don't really ever tweak that very often. But yeah, overall, nice looking skin. But moving on, next up we have Bumblebee Bastion. There he is. Oh. He's even got a little license plate. TCCCT. That might be a reference I'm not picking up from Transformers. I'm sure somebody down in the comments will inform me on what that's a reference to. But there he is. Even little Ganymede's a little laser beak. Maybe it's a different bird from the show. But gosh, overall, this looks so good. And that's not even considering car mode. He turns into a proper car with a minigun sticking out the top, which, to be fair, is a bit strange, I suppose, but oh, it looks so good. And then, of course, we have artillery mode as well. Not as interesting because it's not as vehicle-based. It's basically just a big cannon, but yeah. I love the little car, and we'll be seeing a bit more of that car and some of the other stuff in just a second. But yeah, there's Bumblebee Bastion. Next up, Megatron Ramattra. Unfortunately, this might be my least favorite of the skins. I don't know, something about the head with like the dreadlock cables coming out of it just looks sort of off to me. I would have liked it for the staff if the little nanite sphere in it had been like the Allspark or something. That would have been cool. But it seems like they didn't really do that. They just kind of did it as it is. Nemesis mode definitely looks better in Nemesis mode. I like the big cannons that pop out of his shoulders. Nemesis mode looks cool. Okay, I'm liking Nemesis mode. This looks more appropriate for Megatron. Still, though, I feel like overall design-wise, this one sort of came through the weakest. It's kind of unfortunate, and in Omnic mode, the proportions just look way off. His head looks way too big. That's not Megatron. Megatron's a big, beefy guy. Unfortunately, this is the only Decepticon skin as well, so yeah. Anyways, that does it for Megatron, taking us now to perhaps the best skin, Optimus Prime. Oh, Optimus Prime Reinhardt. Look at this. He's huge. Oh, man, what a beautiful skin. What a beautiful skin. I really hope there are unique sound effects for this one. I'll have to play around with it in an actual match to see how it sounds, but I am really, really hoping this has its own unique sounds. And the hammer. I'll be honest, I am surprised they didn't go with his Energon axe, which is something Optimus Prime has had in different iterations, or not even an Energon axe necessarily, but just an axe period. It's strange that they went with a hammer instead. It looks cool. I'm not complaining about it. It looks super cool. But I feel like an axe would have been a bit more appropriate. Either way, though, we got a bunch of other stuff to look at here. Ooh, yeah, I see some voice lines down there. I'm excited. Let's look at the highlight intros, though. Autobots. Oh, yeah, it's got the sound effect. It's got the sound effect. I'm really curious what this is going to look like for other skins. Because obviously this is using the Bumblebee skin for the car. What does this look like with the other skins? I'll have to check. We also have Autobots for Optimus Prime. He doesn't transform, but they try to sort of work around that by zooming in on his chest to sort of fool you into thinking he's driving. I appreciate them doing that at the very least. Because yes, it would be cool if he actually transformed into a truck, but that would be an insane amount of detail for a skin like this. So, like, I understand why they didn't do that. And Decepticons. Okay, I like that. That's a cool one. I mean, this one is going to look good regardless of the skin he's using. Just jumping and transforming into Nemesis mode. Oh, this looks good. I like it. All right, victory poses. Transformers. That's cool. You know, just the fists up in Nemesis mode. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Ooh, okay, I like that. That's kind of like the end pose to his one highlight intro where he transforms. I like that. It's a good pose for him. And, oh yeah, fists up. I feel like Reinhardt already kind of has a pose like this, but oh well. And then we got name cards. Bastion, Illari, Ramattra, and Reinhardt. Then player icons, Bastion, Illari, Ramattra, Reinhardt, and now voice lines.
Do not forget what you have learned of our past.
I will win by any means. Power flows to the one who knows how.
From lessons of the past, the future is forged.
Underestimate me at your own risk.
We've suffered losses, but we've not lost the war.
Okay. So we got a number of lines there, and a singular spray, Decepticons. All right, and that is the whole bundle here. 5,900 Overwatch coins. That's roughly $60 US. Basically what I was expecting. It is pricey. There's no denying that. It is very pricey, but you get 4 legendary skins, plus the highlights, victory poses, and all these other goodies. I mean, if you're a Transformers fan, it's probably worth it. These skins are top tier, by the way. Like, especially Bastions and Reinhardt's. They're so good looking. Megatron, I feel like he could have been better. I'm a little underwhelmed by Megatron, Ramattra, but still cool. And then RC Illari is a nice one. I mean, if nothing else, I'm just glad to see Illari get a new skin. A collab skin, no less. Good for her. You can also buy the bundles individually, of course, each of them being 2,500 Overwatch coins. Again, the splash artwork still isn't loading here, but we can still look at Illari's. It's the same things I already looked at, just divided up by the respective characters. We can, however, take a quick look at the Transformers in-game challenges. So we can get a few additional rewards through these. So basically, they all just involve completing games. That's fine. You can get the Autobots player icon, Decepticon player icon, the Autobots name card, Decepticon name card, and I'll take a look at what those look like in just a second, Heroic Autobot title, and Decepticon Gladiator title. Honestly, I think I would have liked it if it was just Autobot and Decepticon. Like, I don't think you need the Heroic and Gladiator as part of those. I think it would have been cool just to have the faction as the title. And looking at the name cards, we have the Autobots right here and the Decepticons. It's also worth noting that the Summer Games event, or is it even really an event at this point? I think it's just Summer Games 2024, is also here with the return of Lucio Ball, Winston's Beach Volleyball, and there are a number of little goodies you can earn here by completing challenges in Beach Volleyball and Lucio Ball. Got XP along with player icons for Mauga, Venture, and Illari, along with sprays for each of them as well. Now, there's also supposed to be the new Reinhardt Mythic weapon available in this patch, but it doesn't seem to actually be here at the moment. Kind of strange. They did announce it in the blog post that it was going to be coming, and I already checked the hero gallery and it's not in there, so I don't know if that's going to be coming still a bit later, or if it's accidentally not here. Either way, Reinhardt's supposed to be getting his mythic weapon, but doesn't look like it's here at the moment. And the last thing for us to take a look at now is the patch notes. Yes, there was a decently sized patch here, largely focusing on tanks, so let's jump into the details. General updates: armor flat damage reduction increase from 5 to 10 per projectile. Enemy low health bars now display when they are at their low health threshold. Some little changes there. Tanks: roll passive ultimate generation reduction increased from 30 to 40%. So the reduction was increased. It's a bit confusing, but basically it means charge ult slower. Knockback resistance reduced from 50 to 40%. Okay, slightly more boopable. Diva defense matrix max duration increased from 3 to 3.5 seconds. Micro missiles explosion damage increased from 4 to 5.5 damage. Doomfist overhealth gained per target increased from 35 to 40 HP. Delay before overhealth begins to drain increased from 1 to 3 seconds. So that's going to make him tankier with gaining more health. Junker Queen commanding shout overhealth increased from 150 to 175. Adrenaline rush wound damage self-healing multiplier increased from 2 to 2.5. Seems like a lot of sustainability buffs these tanks are getting. Overrun knockback damage increased from 25 to 30, stomp damage increased from 60 to 75, cardiac overdrive duration reduced from 5 to 3 seconds, lifesteal increased from 60 to 100%, damage reduction increased from 30 to 40%, and allies now receive only half of the lifesteal and damage reduction effect value. Orisa Fortify duration increased from 3.5 to 4 seconds. Ramattra Nemesis form bonus armor increased from 225 to 300. Okay. And pummel damage increased from 60 to 65. Reinhardt barrier field max health increased from 1400 to 1600. Barrier regeneration rate increased from 140 to 160 health per second. Charge wall impact damage increased from 275 to 300. Roadhog Pigpen area damage after activating increased from 30 to 45 per second. Recovery time reduced from 0.55 to 0.4. Cooldown now begins immediately when used instead of after a short delay. Sigma accretion impact damage increased from 40 to 80, 100 damage total. Winston Tesla Cannon secondary fire charge time reduced from 1 second to 0.85 seconds. Primal Rage maximum health gained increased from 500 to 700. Wrecking Ball quad cannons automatic reload time while transformed reduced from 2 to 1.6 seconds. Adaptive shields allied overhealth transfer ratio increased by 50%, so use up to 50 overhealth per target. That grants allies up to 75 HP. And Zarya particle barrier health increased from 200 to 225, duration increased from 2 to 2.5 seconds. Projected barrier health increased from 200 to 225. Duration increased from 2 to 2.5 seconds. The damage roll passive update now only half as effective against tank heroes, 10% healing reduction. For Ashe, Bob now gains the tank roll passive ability. Interesting, okay, so Bob is now officially a tank. Good for him. Cassidy, Peacekeeper, primary fire fall-off range rescaled from 25 to 35 meters to 20 to 30 meters. Farah, Concussive Blast, explosion damage reduced from 30 to 0. Explosion knockback radius increased from 6 to 8 meters. Knockback increased by 11%. And then moving on to the supports, Sleep Dart for Ana, duration of effect on tank heroes decreased from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Illari, Healing Pylon, allies no longer see the destroyed UI when Healing Pylon breaks. Zenyatta, Transcendence, ultimate costs decreased by 10%. And there you go. These have been all the changes and new content in the Overwatch 2 Season 11 mid-season patch, the new Transformers skins, the new summer event, and the balance changes. Still don't know where that mythic skin is, though. I'm sure it'll get patched in momentarily. But for now, at the very least, here we go. Let me know your thoughts on everything I covered here in this video today. Are you excited to get your hands on these new Transformers skins? Are you excited for some of the balance changes? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news streams and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible. If you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.